on the moon at night, filling your dreams to the brim with pride.
Samuel L. Bronkowitz presents.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's stream. Welcome to our Call of Cthulhu game. We were originally going to do Alan Wake tonight, but it decided that it was just going to take a huge crap on me today when I was trying to test some things out. Yeah, we're going with the new Call of Cthulhu game. Hope everything's looking alright for you guys. We're trying out some new stuff with encoding and bit rates and all that to see if we can get more of a smooth play. I want to make sure I have something up that shows how good. Hope everybody had a very good day today. Mine was pretty damn boring. We had a lot of shit going down today. Gallifrey, thank you very much for that free subscription. Subscribe for 3 months. Thank you, sir. How are you doing, bud? I hope you're doing all right. I'm checking my bit rate. Make sure. Okay. So, can't complain too much. Well, I really can't. I'm taking a couple days off work, and so I am. Sound seems balanced. That's always good. Just wait until shit gets really serious. Hey, Rosie. Alright. Ready to go. Let's do this. Boston, in 1924, Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping. He is now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly. Risk. Why is it always? It's always veterans from World War I, and they were always private detectives. It's never like, I want to see a Call of Cthulhu game that is a housewife from the Midwest who is dealing with like an ancient deity that lives under the desert of like the deserts of Des Moines. Yeah. Well, that's H.P. Lovecraft. Like, that's his period. That's where he because that was very much like his present. But I can see that, like, a housewife who has to figure out why, like, there's this ancient evil demon that's, like, coming out from underneath the Arizona desert. If I am mad, it is mercy. May the gods pity the man who in his callousness can remain sane to hideous. Sane, hideous end. Well then. That's one way to start. And passed out immediately. I know, right? That so I can keep an eye on what's going on. Okay. Just changing some windows around. Ah, crap. Hang on. See if I can turn that. It's one of those oak shit. Let's see if I can turn that off. Diamond Santana. Thank you very much for that, host. Yeah, we're gonna turn motion blur off because fuck. Motion blur makes me like, it makes me. It's much better. Wait, this isn't. No, this is how. I was gonna say this is how Skyrim begins. No, this is how alternate start Skyrim. That's delicious looking, isn't it? What, Skyrim? Yeah, I keep thinking that I'm gonna need to get into it, get back into it. The problem is I'm gonna have to re-download all my mods. And that's just gonna take for fucking ever. That's chained. Can't get out. This game is a horror game based on the writings of H.P. Lovecraft. It's Call of... I haven't really played a lot of H.P. Lovecraft games. I'm a big fan of, you know, the Call of Cthulhu mythos. I heard some good things about it, so... Give me a lot of shades of... Counter darkness and just light up some items.
Execute Order 66.
Yeah, I'm showing my bitrate and everything looks really good. So. We are now in a much higher streaming in a much higher resolution. Bolt cutter, huh? Okay. May turn into a puzzle game. Which I'd like a puzzle investigating game rather than your computer. You want me to open it now? Yeah.
In my wake, pulled along. Fate inescapably draws you on.
Yes. That is always what I love about the H.P. Lovecraft mythos. Is it is a they're very spooky, very strange. There's always a mystery to them that makes you to play, makes you want to keep going. Which is both in character and out of character.
What a putrid offering.
Hey, killer whale, don't say that about orcas. An orca. Blackfish, as it's called.
Fight. You have been chosen.
Alright. $10 says this is a dream.
Behold.
Oh yeah.
Everything has already been written.
Ah, that's freaky.
change your destiny.
It's a Sith. No. Oh. Right in the Darth basket. No, I don't know why. I am looking to find out.
I hate whiskey.
That's fine, because I love whiskey. No, because I don't know who they are. Because they're not real!
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
Oh, I can, like, pick it up and boop. Taste salt.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
So, I forget the name of this actor. He's been in a ton of stuff. He was the commander on the mission in Armageddon. He was one of the lead characters, one of the lead characters, Delta Force characters in Black Hawk Down. He plays the accountant in that movie with Nicolas Cage. It was called Driving. I think his name is William Fortin or something like that. He's a really good actor. He's got a really decent.
I should get rid of all this stuff.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't look like you had a conspiracy theory in it. Have a drink. Don't mind if I do. Have you played this, Rose?
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherrifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Oh, so this is how you build your character, alright? Okay. Allocate your character points. Each character point allows you to improve the score of a skill. I have 8 character points available. Ecology. Anthony Howell. Really? I thought it was different. Okay, I may have been thinking. Oh, I can. Oh, I get it. Okay. Really? That's a game I need to play. And we're gonna reset that. Want to get eloquent. Really? Why not? Yes.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date.
I've got it, and I keep meaning to play it.
On a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
Shut up. Leave me alone.
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a
That's an
person
interesting
whom I
picture.
hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
Well, too bad. That's what you're getting.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
This is
If you come
not
to me,
the way...
it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool.
Are you?
Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness.
Right?
Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture.
I'll look at you, damn.
That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Name the Hawkins spot. Here's see the doctor can well repeat me, and I have no need of my remedy to keep my memory today. But I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings, probably. Despite the treatment, I hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depth. What nameless creature is calling? Strange picture painted by Sarah Hawkins. A short while before her tragic death, was sent to her father just after the artist died. He is convinced that she is the sender. He brought me the painting so I could examine it. Stephen Webster, the wealthy industrialist, came to my office. He wanted me to reopen the Sarah Hawkins case, named after his daughter, who died in a fire alongside her entire family. I must examine the documents he compiled. Inventory. Lighter. My old lighter gave the memory of the 77th Division and of the lost. Don't have any information. Here's investigation. My private detective agency contracted to the Wentworth Detective Agency. After the Great War, I decided to set up in Boston, where there is no lack of work for guys like me. One small-time case follows the other: adultery, settled scores, disappearances that are not actually disappearances. The old office couch is less comfortable than a real bed, and I should probably get rid of these empty bottles. This place is mine. Bills, sanity, mental trauma. Currently stable, confident in your abilities and your Cartesian mind. Conduct your investigation by sticking to facts, convictions, and your perceptions of reality. Your conclusions are logical and relevant. Alright.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
Painting by Sarah. This painting depicts a monstrous silhouette threatening a woman and a child. Flames can be made out in the background. Stephen Webster, the father of Sarah Hawkins, thinks it's linked to the death of his daughter. Art of Sarah Hawkins. Intuitive and visionary artist for some, overpriced imposter for others, Sarah Hawkins leaves nobody indifferent. This mysterious and reserved painter offered strange images with violent colors and wild strokes to the world. If her paintings are a testimony to vision in the world of Sarah Hawkins, portal to another. Gee, I wonder what that is.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Shipping label. Some of it's unreadable, but I can make out part of the address, Warehouse 36 Dark. The police report says that the fire started in the dining room and came to the family. Police decide on a domestic incident, but nevertheless listed Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? A press cutting. In an article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater, they receive a reclusive life. They live a reclusive life there with their son.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile.
Well, when you
I
burn down
believe
your
you
house.
are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
Of course
I am
not.
aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her
Boston.
husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
If you insist.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
No, they're not bad.
Quiet down. I'm on your side.
Actually,
Let's sum things up.
last night I was...
An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue
Last
There's a
night I was
sort of
playing new
promontory painting
combat
sent from Darkwater
about 11,
right before her
and
death,
facial animation.
Correct. And the
that
rumors
are
about her
super
supposed
fair.
folly.
which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You will be handsomely compensated.
All right, I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
What is that supposed to mean?
Something's queer, but it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater.
See if Darkwater find out about them. All that remains is Darkwater simply finds something out. Stephen Webster, 63 occupation businessman. Wealthy businessman, well respected in the Boston area. Stephen Webster came to see me in order that I investigate the death of his daughter, Sarah Hawkins. The man accepts neither refusals nor inconvenient truth. He is ready to do anything to prove his daughter was not mad. Charles Hawkins, deceased. Age 41, occupation shipowner. Charles Hawkins is a local celebrity on Darkwater. The heir of a shipowner family, he used to travel a lot. Met Sarah Hawkins during a trip to Paris. They fell in love and got married. Hawkins took her to the remote island of Darkwater. They had a child named Simon and lived very simply. Sarah Hawkins looks like a very distressed version of Elizabeth from Bioshock. Age 33, occupation painter. Sarah Hawkins, a painter known for her tortured artistic universe. She was worshipped for the strangeness of her work and the rarity of her public appearance. I seem to remember that she once said, "I paint my dream, but my dream whisper." Her marriage to Charles Hawkins years ago surprised high society columnists. A wealthy Boston heiress known for party-going chooses to follow a new husband and live as a recluse on the island of Darkwater. She disappeared from the front pages of newspapers. Nobody's heard any more about her. Even her death in a fire room is a secret. Only her father, Stephen Webster, continued its secret. Simon Hawkins, age 11, occupation schoolboy. Only son of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, who died in the fire that claimed his family. File, Sarah.
I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there. I used to be an avid reader.
But not anymore, apparently.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
Learning of medicine, name 1. A dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. The volume lists all the illnesses known in the civilized world. Details the symptoms. Lovingly crafted in a 3D. Ah, okay, I get it. I get what you're saying.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
That must be my bathroom. More booze.
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology. Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Maybe that's why there's dead at work. Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century, still rich with many memories left over from the lost tribe. Don't let the romanticism of these being evident such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still coordinates the walls of long-abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows. But today's inhabitants, sons and daughters of proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and multiple story of a small island off the coast of.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to dark water.
I count 4 or 5 whiskey bottles. What is it?
I wonder why I still take these things.
Sleeping. Use with caution. The doctors prescribed them when I returned. They swore that they would end the nightmare. While now they're effective. At least I have them. Just in case. Take the hat. Can't take the hat. Darkwater. Pierce pickpocket case. First artist accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label, an address to her house, dock of the island of Dark. The place seems to be the starting. Wait. Oh, long load time. Typically, this is when I would play a game on my phone. Because, you know, that's a good pastime. So what's everybody's Halloween plans here? Tomorrow I plan on staying home and drinking maybe a little bit while I smoke my pipe, work on my book, and do something. Don't know what we're going to stream, just know that we're. I'm pretty sure in the evening there will be people all here because they want to listen to my dulcet tones as I read the Halloween. I think this will be the 3rd time running. You know, 3 times in a row. That means it's a tradition. Enter madness. And back into a dream state. Nope, it's on a boat. On a boat, motherfucker. Adner! Just imagining you saying that. Adner! And now we get opening credits. We weren't good enough for opening credits before. Yep, not Cyanide Studio. Oh, I guess we know how this game's gonna end.
We're almost there.
Good to know. How do you even know where we're going? Alright, bearing says this way, map says this way. Alright, we're going. Oh. Oh, that's a great name for a boat. Have the park best name.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload.
I thought he was talking to me. I'm like, dude, I don't work.
Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean
worst
anything
kind
to
of
you?
A sad story that we all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
Are we sure we're not playing
And his
Skyrim?
wife, Sarah Hawkins.
Nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Go to the bar, talk to Bradley, talk to Fitzroy. Oh, we got a character. Anything that we can build already. All right. We're gonna keep building for psychology. Let's see, Island of Dark. It would seem that the world had forgotten the very existence of isolated rock off the coast. This small, inhospitable island coastline is made up of steep cliffs and sharp. With only one outlet to the sea. It is mainly inhabited by the descendants of whalers, who set up a supply post there in the 1800s. It was hit severely by the collapse of activity. I think that the only venture on the island that is still profitable. Not to mention all the whaling they do. Darkwater Port. At the entrance to the port of Darkwater, one still passes in front of the shell of the Scylla, the last whaling vessel ship brought back a catch. Sailors wander the dark docks looking for some small job today. A gang of bootleggers has set itself up in gnawing away at the territory of Captain Fitzroy, the last sailor to own a boat capable of making a round trip between the island and the mainland. Here, the golden age of whale is distant. All the stuff I've already picked up. You sure that the lost art of whaling is over? Because that looks like a freshly killed whale. Look, a lantern. It's not a power-up that you can pick up. Glowing green, which obviously means it's a power-up.
Please move back. Let the police do their work.
That's a...
Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
See how old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
You can't do that.
But it's only a fish.
A fish? You've got no idea.
Oh, really?
Don't badmouth what you don't know, or you'll pay for it for sure.
Okay, that's enough. Step back and let us do our job. The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
He's got the ends mouth look. These sailors get upset over nothing?
They seem to be very agitated about a dead animal.
You're telling me? These fools think that putting the whale back in the water will bring about the end of the world.
Yeah, he's definitely got the ends.
They're superstitious.
If only you knew. They only listen to Captain Fitzroy. And not always. And you. What brings you to our island?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
I like you, so I'll be frank with you. Don't go near the place. Don't try to get in.
Why?
Because I told you so. Learn to accept some friendly advice. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
They're cops. They can't understand.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Only a specialist would know what killed it.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Like,
Don't
how
put
bad
that
is real
beast
bad?
back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Shysters.
They can't.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You
That's
can't
no way to
understand.
treat
You're not
an old man.
sailors. Oh yeah. It's a sign. There's something coming.
Yeah, I'm noticing that. Something killed that orca. Threw it up onto shore.
Get us into trouble.
You're already in trouble.
Come on, can't we sort this out?
There's nothing for you here either.
There's nothing to
Beatheads.
sort out.
Yeah,
Your chum
I don't know if
wanted to stir us
it's...
You can stay to watch it.
I don't know if it's just the animation and them trying to be creepy, but there are a lot of people here that seem to have... Of course, that could just be, you know, Uncanny Valley. Greetings to you, too.
Hey, be careful.
I'll be your token vamp for the evening.
Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Hold to test eloquence. Hold to test strength. If you're overdoing it, I'm sorry.
Yet you served this man, and you can't say he's been on his best behavior.
He's a regular. It was you who provoked him by turning up with your mainland manner.
You mistake my manner. I ask nothing more than to become a regular as well, which will be difficult if you refuse to serve me.
I hope you're less talkative when you're drunk.
Try me.
We'll see.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
You want a drink?
I wouldn't say no to a glass.
Try this.
Time to get drunk. It rattles Others ice.
I think we'll get along well.
Really?
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway.
No, it's that
Anything
smuggler
else?
in the corner.
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of Darkwater. When our whalers
that's when we
left for
had
long
pirates,
months
and they were the
came
pirates
back
of Darkwater.
Sweating and stinking of the oil and
Nobody
flesh
gets
of the
that.
whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about it?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her
Oh, I
paintings.
think I double-clicked that on that.
Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
That's fair.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah? Well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
And Vino Veritas.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
And the winds do blow, and there's little comfort here. I'd sooner be snug in a death-fall town.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night.
Wouldn't be a good creepy warehouse if it didn't have noises.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it.
Fate of its
But
owners.
I'll say no more. Anything else?
Now we're gonna buy
Captain
another
Fitzroy
drink.
told me about a little pick-me-up.
You want a drink?
I'll have a second one.
Same again, please.
Here you go.
My superpower is that I can always sound like ice every time.
That's no moonshine.
You can say that again. House recipe.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
I want to make sure I'm exhausted.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
Aha, it's a harpoon gun.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
Talking about the Necronomicon.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Miraculous Cat. Scylla returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We had given up hope. The crew of the Scylla, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late Tuesday afternoon. Locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had brought on board. Of a size that went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales, the crustacean that is already being called the mysterious catch, the miraculous catch, covered the whole deck and parts of it, hanging off the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of their perilous catch, but its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful nutritious benefit. There is no doubt that the immense size of the whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island had suffered. Warehouse for rent. Mr. Marks is putting his warehouse up for rent, June, for fishing, workshop, or storage activity. Contact him via your favorite newspaper or visit him on the dock. Special evening at the Stranded Whale. Celebrate the return of our brave whalers. All the staff of the Stranded Whale Stranded Whale invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family or with your friends to taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil. Don't hesitate. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. That's what I'm thinking. So deep. A bar where liquor is served with total impunity. The last thing I expect to find on an island and when I arrived on this island. Stranded Whale is its name, and it's managed with an iron hand by its owner, Certain Mitchell. He does not tolerate troublemakers, and he fiercely protects the identity of his supplier. All the inhabitants of the area seem to go there, and even I I even saw the look to be a truce between the bootlegger and the sailor. Roy Mitchell, age 55, occupation owner of the Stranded Whale Bar. Roy Mitchell runs the only bar on Darkwater. Prohibition has no hold on the stranded whale. Sailors come to seek some comfort in Mitchell's. The man therefore knows, more than anyone, the secrets of the inhabitants of the island exchange after. Mitchell is devoted to the golden age of whale, and if the numerous trophies that decorate his establishment are anything to go by, the man will talk freely on the subject on which he is so keen, though far less enthusiastic when asked to inquire about its source.
He said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said it.
Icy grounds for no rise. Wells there is no.
What you looking at, stranger?
Sexy vamp.
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
It was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it.
I can't talk. Okay. Yep. Cranky bitch. Well, granted, I was a raging misogynist, so... No, of course I can't get into that.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
Is Baker always free for the lady? Must be her in the... She's probably the bootlegger. I wonder if that fisherman has anything to talk about. I wonder if he's caught anything, for that matter. Oh! Watch it, bud. Harbour Master, Stereo Door Quarter.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
Only half?
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Captain, terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under. You cannot afford to provoke. No need to answer the message. Just make your payment. Captain.
This blackboard hasn't been used in a long while. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
Shouldn't be rude, and I guess talk, dude.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Alright, let's take a look at it.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Only a few dates are legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of this document is blacked out. Information hidden. pile shit on a stairwell. That makes sense to me. Hailing for whalers on the moon, carry a harpoon. Second volume teaches ethics and good practice for medical staff. Yay! They need one more point to get us to level 2. Oh, those are shells. Okay. Very confused about what was up here.
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Photograph. A man looks like Captain Fitzroy posing bridge of a ship. He has a wooden leg. Back. There's the
What a
leg.
macabre souvenir.
I thought it was macabre. Macabre. Heard it macabre. Those guys dispersed yet? Nope. Wondering what that figure is on the horizon. Okay, can't get back up. Up. Then on the deck. Wonder what that he meant with that. There. Oh, there he is.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Documents are readable.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
Tell me.
I don't know. It's not my signature next to that of Charles Hawkins.
I'm at sea for more than half the year. Anyone could have done it during my absence. What seems really important to me is that the dates on these manifests indicate that Charles probably had other contracts.
But not with you, though. I was looking at your photograph. One of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy,
I don't look anything like father.
Captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
No thanks. Already saw it.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Where are they putting it back?
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Indeed, you're right.
At least nobody's being like, people are being weird and invasive, not being just kind of.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
Sorry, who is Cat?
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse.
That's a pretty fair assumption.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Check in with. Oh, got another target. Two more and we'll have psychology up. Oh, they've opened up the area for me to move. Still trying to convince the dude not to go.
Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah?
Omen. I mean, have a scalp tattoo? No.
Where do you think you're going?
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
Promising?
You and I are on the same side of the law.
Oh, yeah?
You don't want to know the truth behind this case.
Are you saying our work was not up to snuff? Forget it.
Aw.
I thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
Yeah.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone.
Fair enough. Good to know that there are other people in the character.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
Who's St. Brendan?
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the Navigator.
He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
What would you do?
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Hold up.
Nothing at all.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
Anything they say? What you, Mr. Friend? Can't see my feet. I have no feet. Probably locked. Hey, I made it.
There.
Light.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Can't take. Oh, answer. It does look like it language is deep, does it not? entrance. Built.
Why, you could tell me. No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who.
I bet that you hid them somewhere in your hut. How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway. Get it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, here. Nothing to see here.
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
Sorry, guys.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave.
I shall take.
It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
Yeah, but that would look like asking for trouble. Yeah. That's James Fitzroy, 45, Captain. James Fitzroy is the captain of the Cryptid. There it is, filling the only boat that still sails between Darkwater and Boston. Base Harbor Master, where he missed nothing that happened on the island. The inhabitants of Darkwater respect him, but he offered to help. Change from Saint of Wales, whalers, protect the sailors of water. Visibly, there are other gods for their worship do not seem to continue. Look, still, but a mark statue. Letter, ship manifest, and a photograph capture.
I could use this old winch to lift the grating, but it's...
Typed over. No. Take the handle off that one. A lot of beans.
shysters, you're crazy!
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots.
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anymore.
What could have done so much damage?
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters, you're crazy.
Assuming what I needed to print.
You could tell me. Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
I went to see the statue of St. Brendan.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know? They could have done it by themselves.
The sailors?
Who else, in your opinion? And who's interested?
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes?
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
Ooh.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
Oh, I got that.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
Shall we try it, guys? Shall we try to lie to him? Lie to him.
I've got to get inside. It's your boss who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her stock.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
Apparently that didn't work, though I did catch them, theoretically. Back here. Yeah. Oh, I saw something pop up. Okay.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
They're cops.
What could have done so much damage?
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Somebody moved out here.
We're no longer at home on our own island.
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
I told him, that flunky, that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that, everyone will see what you've got in your belly.
I hope so. I hope they don't forget the lesson. Me? I'm not scared of some girl.
I mean they're going to cut you open, you idiot. Calm down.
Back to you guys.
Stop asking.
Not that again.
What? Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We'll return right after. It's just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
I'll have to send him a more clear-cut message.
He's cat.
I told you to beat it.
Yeah, figured that out a bit ago.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens. We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last.
She seems too cold for that, Rose.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof. Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true.
1847.
Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
I heard the Hawkins family owned a warehouse on the docks.
An old family of ship owners.
Tell me something I don't already know.
They were made much richer by the miraculous catch.
Oh, I didn't know they were
Shouldn't talk about the dead like that.
What did Twitch do?
We're not speaking ill. We're just saying that Daniel Hawkins made a fortune without taking any risk. There! You're speaking ill, you see?
It's your proof that the miraculous catch really did happen.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
Okay.
No right to treat us like this.
Well, like I said, I did some new stuff tonight. I did, I upgraded a bit, and I'm running at a higher bit rate. Running at a higher bit rate and using a higher resolution. So hopefully,
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
I'm hoping that things don't be terrible. I know, right? Just a book. Never just a book. Thanks for not explaining the controls.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble.
Oh, bull.
Can't understand. You're not safe.
bottle of liquor. This bottle is a part of a batch stolen from Cat, boss of the bootlegger. Excellent way to lean on the guy who guards the entrance to the warehouse. Run away.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
Sorry.
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
What are you guarding, exactly?
Listen, bonehead, we already told you that we're guarding our boss's turf.
I bid you gentlemen farewell.
So I guess
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
I go snitch on. Go snitch on him to Cat, I guess.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get us into trouble.
They cast him at Cat. I like the wailing spear shoved the prohibition sign.
I told you to beat it.
Oh, the girl doctor. Cold. She won't stop asking.
You're back again. What can I do for you?
Apparently, the bootleggers don't want anyone hanging around the warehouses.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard the entrance?
As a precaution, I suppose. All the warehouses are more or less interconnected by old sewers.
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island, but I think I can imagine what you've got in mind. You can always visit them if you're not the claustrophobic type. You're back again. What can I do for you?
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Okay. So... check up the thing. Let's see. Go back. I should like all. Aha.
This handle will be perfect for the winch.
That took me a bit to find. I'm not very happy about how long that took me to find, but it worked. Guess that symbol means search. cogwheel.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
Ratchet.
A ratchet device. Exactly what I need.
Okay. Slowly learning the game.
Looks like everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle. Damn, I broke it.
Damn, I broke it. Well, fuck that, I guess.
Well, well. A little mouse has got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf?
Dot.
Has the cat got your tongue?
You've come for a fight. What I've got to say won't change a thing.
You're a quick learner. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Is your name Cat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Ooh, right in the balls.
Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
Yeah, what it looks like.
I'm getting careless. I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm gonna have to deal with her.
They left me alive. It's strange.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you. Go die of thirst.
Maybe
I bid
could.
you If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
Have that bottle. I mean, I can always do that. Cat, 24, Operation Gang. Boss of the gang of bootleggers, which always seems Darkwater has a hideout. Cat seems to keep an eye on her territory, known of abandoned warehouses and docks. I have the impression that all of the men in Darkwater fear her. Even Mitchell, the owner of the stranded whale, is reluctant to talk about it. He uses Darkwater as the point of departure for cargoes of whiskey, and she is slowly gnawing away at Captain Fitzroy's territory.
You again. I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
And everybody's telling me to beat it.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's
Yeah.
a sign. There's
Yeah.
something coming.
Hey, Mitchell. A drink for our new friend. I owe you. You don't know how to fight, but at least you've got guts.
Yeah. Aching guts.
Huh. I've got them too. But you don't hear me whining like a pooch who's lost its leash. You didn't back down. Something that I respect. So understand by that. If I catch you again, you'll carry a more permanent reminder of our encounter. Tell me, what brings you to Darkwater?
Ah, so they just need to let her beat me up.
I'm investigating the deaths of the Hawkins family.
It's very nice of you to tell me the truth so openly, but it's also really stupid of you. You really don't seem to know the area. Let me give you a little advice. If you want to survive more than a day in this rat hole, avoid talking about them to the first people you meet.
Is that more dangerous than having a drink with you?
I'm not kidding. The old families, they were here long before us, and they'll be here long after we're gone.
The old families?
The descendants of the first whalers. These people truly worship their ancestors.
Nice. Not that I'm up on violence against women, but I mean, she pulled a stiletto on, so.
I've got a few questions about the island.
I'm not here to give you information. Mitchell will tell you what he wants to tell you.
I need to get into the Hawkins warehouse.
You're out of luck. It's on my turf.
It's precisely for that reason that I've come to see you.
Are you pulling my leg?
Think it over. I've seen what you're capable of. And you didn't miss me.
I accept the compliment. Well, I see you're serious. To be honest, as long as it doesn't interfere with my business, I don't care. But I'll go with you, to make sure you don't stick your nose into things that don't concern you.
Sounds honest to me.
I'm not finished. If I do that for you, if I let you onto our turf to conduct your little affairs, you'll be indebted to me, and I guarantee that I always collect on what I'm owed. Think about it. I help you, you'll owe me a favor in return. Do you accept?
Do I have a choice?
Oh, we always have one, Detective. Follow me.
Nobody questions your authority here. I was given to believe that Fitzroy stood up to you.
That dope tried to save face in front of his sailors. They revere their brave captain as they do their old statues. But sooner or later, all statues get buried in bird shit, and nobody cares.
And the police? They do nothing to stop you?
The local cops? The cops drink like everyone else, sweetheart. They know where their interests lie. Apart from that pig-headed Bradley, I don't know whether to admire his stubbornness or to have pity on him.
Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand.
And she's doing a great job. I mean, this is a pretty awesome view, don't you think?
It's fine. He's with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, I like women butt, but I know how to appreciate a man butt. Indeed. I think spats are awesome, and more people need to wear them.
Be a gentleman and move that for me. That's how it's done. Do I still need to hold your hand? Or do you think you'll get by on your own now?
Don't overdo it.
Good. In that case, I'll leave you. I've done enough mothering for now.
Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
That's right.
The glass is shattered, like someone smashed it. Was it before or after the removal of these bandages?
Oh, that's...
Someone treasures this crumpled picture to the point of sleeping with it. Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings? Can't sleep. I know how that feels. Le Petit Parisien. Who might keep a news clipping about Sarah Hawkins? It smells as bad as it looks.
Ugh.
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this?
Another character. One more and I can get another in psychology. Oh wait, I got 2 out of that. Yay! So my psychology just got upgraded. Everything's pretty much at the same except for occult. Wait, didn't spin? There we go. Hawkins Warehouse. Officially unused since Charles Hawkins' death, this warehouse recently housed a clandestine resident. Signs of light attest to the fact. The presence of blood-stained bandages, also noted, probably pills, painkillers, and sleeping. Moreover, the occupant seems to be obsessed with Sarah Hawkins, attested by the presence of several documents connected to life, photograph, press. But it is discovery of a partially charred painting, recognized by Officer Bradley as having come from the Hawkins mansion, that allows all doubts to be lifted at the link between the content of the building.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! You again. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
Strength professional. Psychology.
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait.
What was that?
Wait, I know it.
Oh,
it was
mommy?
in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way.
Car.
Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair.
Hmm.
Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
I thought I'd straightened you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
Is it far? this mansion.
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building?
That's pretty high up there.
That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
No kidding. Yeah, I believe it. Garden of the Hawkins. Pierce managed to get to the warehouse, a place thought to be abandoned. Fields surprised. Signs of recent occupation, as well as harsh charred painting. Interrupted by his by Officer Bradley, Pierce convinced the investigation. The officer arrived at the as in new points leveled up. Yeah, I probably got some. I know I got 2 at the end of that. Enter madness. Like, I wonder why they're not showing us the mansion. Yeah, there we see it.
Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
I thought the mansion burnt.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
Huh. It's really that old.
Come on, let's leave the stories of the dead alone. They've nothing to do with your case anyhow. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
You know this place very well.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
I think I should be wary.
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
This is a first-person horror game. Rotten floorboards are going to end up
dangerous.
adding like 3 hours
Since
a
the
game.
tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
Sorry, guys. Apparently, I'm a lot more tired than I thought I'd.
Night falls quickly here. and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Garden of Hawkins Manor. Officer Bradley drove us along the cliffs of dark water to the Hawkins mansion. The huge house is set on the edge of a steep summit. Looks onto the lighthouse. The place seems to be abandoned for some time. Bradley told me about an old caretaker still living. He shouldn't prevent us from getting it. Officer Bradley, age 37. Occupation stop. This hick cop likes order and justice. He's no great sleuth, but he seems more inclined than his colleague to discover the truth of the Hawkins. The inhabitants of the island seem to be friendly with him. He could help me with my investigation. Hawkins Mansion Garden. The Hawkins Mansion is perched on top of a steep cliff. The abandoned garden harbors the graves of Hawkins' family. Only the old caretaker, Silas Winchester, still roams the place. Protects it fiercely and still puts flowers on the graves of the old master. It's a gloomy one. I do not have any characters. Okay. We're going to take a quick break. Guys, I'm going to refill my drinks and I will be back, stretch my legs a bit, get some energy going from that intermission screen. We will be back in a little bit here. Give me about 5 minutes or so. You guys sit tight. And we're back. Sorry about that, guys. I got caught up in a conversation with my roommate. Ugh. So, who else is feeling pretty creeped out by everything going on right now? Hurricane cover for your chamber stick? I'm assuming dangerously that Ty and Sunny want to investigate. It is a thing we must look at. Alright. Back to it. Oh, you ordered it. Okay. Thought you went out and bought it.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined.
Reverend John. This wasn't the creepiest place. It's not hard to learn. There are tricks you can do with it, but it's actually pretty easy. Just flip it open, roll the wheel, it sparks, lights it, close it, you just close the top. Charles Hawkins. Sarah Hawkins. Simon.
Poor kid.
Why is flowers all messed up?
Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Such a strange final resting place.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary? And steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing. Let alone allowing it. Even that broad bake...
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The caretaker takes great care of these graves.
Go.
Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this? Poor kid.
music is really mournful. It's actually pretty, in my opinion, nice song. With just an air of tension to it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Pretty chic.
I'll have to find another entrance.
Oh shit. Makes me think of Wayne Manor meets, you know, Casper the Friendly Ghost house from that live-action movie with Christina Ricci, which I liked. Nobody else I know.
This entrance is still in use.
Whoa! Whoa! You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. And let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Put down the axe, and I'll forget that you threatened a cop.
Show your badge, cop, and then we can talk.
You don't need to see my badge.
You don't need to
You're
see.
a bad liar, city boy. For the last time, tell me why you're here. And no baloney.
The police report describes a domestic accident. But Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
The mansion isn't safe. You would break your neck as sure as you're trying my patience right now.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked. And I make sure it stays that way.
The sooner I carry out my investigation, the sooner I wrap up the case and return to Boston. After which, you'll never hear of me again.
Huh. I like the sound of that. But I have a better idea. You leave right now, and you never come back.
Silas! Pierce! In God's name, what are you doing?
Officer Bradley, this hood was trying to break into the mansion.
Do something, Bradley, or this story will have a nasty ending.
I vouch for him, Silas. He's working with us. We have reason to believe that someone entered the mansion and stole some paintings.
Impossible. I would have seen it.
Better safe than sorry. Now let us in. I promise to keep an eye on this one.
Okay, then. I'll leave the key with you. You could have told me that earlier, Sonny.
I tried.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Obviously, you go the opposite direction where they want you to go. And this game is beautiful. Guys, this game is gorgeous. I'm loving it. This looks so
This
amazing.
gate is locked.
Hoping you guys are seeing it as well as I am. May have to find a way to secure this soundtrack. That's the point. Must be Silas' shack.
poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world. Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes.
Nope. Didn't think so. That's just a texture. It looked like a weird symbol, like carved on the tree. Yeah, definitely need to get this soundtrack.
Piers, shall we enter? Now that you've finished your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go. Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Hawkins Mansion. Pierce and Officer Bradley explored the gardens of the Hawkins Mansion. The family lies in the graveyard of the property, guarded by Silas Lynch. The old caretaker is still faithful to employees, watch over the armed back. Pierce and Bradley managed to calm him down and finally get a hold of each Hawkins Mansion. They enter the building. I can say it feels like the loading screen is a bit of an ass. Bit of an arse. Stretch. Yes.
Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
Why are all the lights? Ooh, look. What the fuck is that?
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me? What kind of meat is this? This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins. The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor. Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Hey, Piers. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Wait.
Silas managed to bring the fire under control. It's already too late for the Hawkins.
Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer?
Charles Hawkins poses an explorer in front of an exotic. Is it common knowledge that he wasted away his fortune on an expensive trip?
They seem happy, but Charles is already looking off into the future. His marriage just a stop along the way. They seem happy, but Charles is already looking off into the future. His marriage just a stop along the way. Let's see if I can find something the cops missed.
You're right. You're right. Got it.
The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
Damn.
They had a fight. Why? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How?
Kill her?
Did it stop at the time of the fire? Did someone escape the fire? Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
Keep investigating. Got 3 character points. Alright, what should I put it in? Thinking investigation. Just need one more to get investigation for. Hamster 2 lock.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
This door is locked.
Figured it would be. Burn on a port. History of medicine in the 18th century? This collection of medical knowledge and health practices in the 18th century actually only covers the so-called civilized. It does not deal with the influence of holistic medicine or medicine. I think we need just one more point and we can upgrade to our next level of medicine. Lightning. More bloody bandages.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. The same bandages that I saw in the warehouse on the docks. And given the bloodstains, I'd also say that it's the same person. The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. This door is blocked from the outside.
I don't know.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
That would be incredibly expensive. Aha! Something in here I have yet to try and... I don't know.
The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. A crowbar could prove useful.
Interesting background noise.
Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
Now that's got to be lightning. Damn. It is truly an epic library, though. I wonder what it would be like, look like if it wasn't in decay.
Dark water history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies. A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century.
Now it seems to be whiskey. Don't tell me you don't love this library.
One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable.
Book porn.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
Another probe. Guess that's in case you missed it the first time.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Dear sir, as you know, I have always held you and your family in high respect. Fortunately, I can no longer continue to close my eyes on the behavior of my wife. Last week, she, again, terrified my clientele. I know that she means no harm, but you should place her in the care of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems to make her come to her senses. If these disturbances were to reoccur, believe me that, although it would feel like torture, I would be obliged to involve. Respectfully yours, Anton Wade. Whole bunch of damage here that does not seem like would have been done by just a simple fire or house crumbling in 3 months. Why is there a whole door off? It's scratches. Oh, sweet Jesus. Guys, we got a summoning circle. And it's whispering at me. So, yeah.
Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
My dear, very dear, ever since you left to bury yourself away on the Lost Island, art has been attracting an increasing number of collectors. I beg you send me some new paintings. The last ones are moving as no other paintings have been, or selling at a premium. Percentage of these most recent sales is packed. Do not forget your friend. Or, do not forget your friend who was the first to recognize your name. Lay it all to the world. Affectionately yours, Maximilian.
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
Turn. Shambler. Div. Dr. F. Reed. Dr. F. Dr. Fuller?
It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why. The door is blocked on the other side. Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve?
Ceremonial circle. Creature is not yet anchored or dimension. expulsion ritual might work, as long as the person performing it makes sure that he integrates the elder sign among the glyphs that make up the ceremonial circle. Be careful, though, that the works that describe the creation of such circles not all of proven viable. Something got out of here.
Bradley? Is that you?
What will her room reveal about her? Perfect. Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
Sarah Hawkins' sketches look more like a gallery of horrors than anatomical study. They represent what. Hey, Michael. Oh, I got it. Say there's some kind of monster. There? Maybe. Thank you to whoever left the lantern here. Self-portrait of Sarah, I guess. Somebody painted a picture of me. Holy shit! Cultist!
You! Stop!
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
I'll cover you.
This door was closed earlier.
Which door? Oh, that one.
Where did he go?
Hey, you got 4 points. You get the 4th level in investigation. Put it into eloquence because I like persuading people.
They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back from one of his...
We're getting up there.
You really think that your fugitive came in here? I don't see any way out.
It looks like an old seaway map.
Yay, got more oil.
As if the bookcase has been moved several times. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. This panel is movable. Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. Probably a secret passage. I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism. With this, I should be able to force the gears.
That's why we picked the crowbar.
Well done, Pierce.
Dark, dank passage underneath the mansion. Chapter 4, Tunnels under the Hawkins Mansion. Inside the Hawkins Mansion, the scene of the fire revealed the secret. Pierce and Officer Bradley, now on the trail of the survivor, had undertaken the search for a hooded man leaping into Sarah Hawkins' shop to steal a painting. Detective and police officer said after. By following him into the office of Charles Hawkins, they discovered a secret passage. Pierce and Bradley enter the
The secret passage under the manor. It's like a detective novel. That guy must have already gotten far.
Yeah, and he had a direct means of entry to the crime scene. We must find him.
What is this place? It's more than just a tunnel.
All right.
Look. Someone's been here recently.
So, I think we're going to go ahead and call it there night, guys. Oh. I think we've had a nice little run with nice treat. There's been very, very little in the form of jump scare, and I'm liking that this is more of kind of a quieter kind of thing. This isn't a lot like what we've seen in the past with some of the other shit, with some of the other games that we've been playing. Okay. All right. I just want to say thank you to everybody who showed up this evening. Thank you to Diamond Santana for your host, and thank you to Gallifrey for that resub. Love you guys a lot. We will be back here tomorrow. We're gonna start early and we're gonna go late tomorrow, so we're gonna make a real Halloween out of it. We'll probably finish this, maybe play some other stuff, and then we'll do our reading to Halloween. Thank you guys again for showing up. Before we leave, though, let's see who all is up and at 'em. We're going to raid somebody here. Time to find out who. Waiting for Twitch to load. There we go. So let's see who all is playing and what are they playing. Let's see here. We got let's throw a host over to one of our perennial favorites, Nerd Herd. He's playing My Beautiful Paper Smile, which looks like a semi-horror game of some type. Let's take a look at that here real quick. I'm going to go ahead and set up that raid. Go ahead and click that raid now button to ready up. And we'll send you his way. Say hi to him for me, drop him a follow, tell him happy Halloween, let him know that he is let him know he is loved by this stream. I hope to see you guys tomorrow for our Halloween bash. Or then, just want to say, have a very, very happy evening. I hope to see you guys soon.